Apple American stock is rallying as expected, as we mentioned a few weeks and months ago. As you can see here in the monthly chart, we have a strong imbalance. And stay until the end of this video so you can learn a little bit more about supply and demand and how it drives the stock market and any other market. So when it comes to trading, we don't care about the latest news headlines. Most people are caring about news headlines or whether some analyst has upgraded or downgraded Apple stock in this case. No? So we focus exclusively in the certified guideline trading community on one thing and only one thing only. Okay, the undeniable forces supply and demand on the higher time frames, and this is a higher time frame. This is the monthly. This is not 1 minute. Okay, this is the monthly chart. So we have a strong impulse here that happened during May, June 2024. It took like half a year to rally, broke all-time highs. Probably many traders were buying Apple on good news, on breakout, and then it just was dumped. Okay, as we expected, because as I've mentioned many times, when we have a strong imbalance, a strong impulse made of several large candlestick bodies, we expect a correction to the origin of the move, in this case a bearish move in Apple stock. So right now Apple's monthly chart is a textbook sample of how waiting for a strong demand imbalance pays off. And members of Certified Online Trading Academy have been taking advantage of these imbalances, and also the my YouTube followers with this type of imbalance in stocks. So that level here, that imbalance at $178 is not a random number, okay? And it is the exact origin of these bullish impulse that happened in June 2024, the kind of move that only happens, this move only happens in the bigger time frames when smart money and big institutions step in, creating an imbalance that pushes the price away rapidly. So speed of the move and the strength of the move is crucial. So when it comes to that level, it came to that level in April 2025, like almost a year later, okay? And look at the reaction. So look at the strong pink handle that happened in April 2025 as a reaction to the liquidity available in this level of demand, in this imbalance on Apple stock. So it's all about price action. It's all about supply and demand, and we ignore fundamentals and news analysis. And but most retail traders, well, they waste time chasing news, earnings, or rumors about iPhone sales or the new Mac, the new iPhone 16 Pro Max Super, whatever. And then, but if you think about it, all these factors are already priced in once a strong imbalance is formed like this one, okay? But most traders don't look at these bigger time frames. When we look at the smaller time frames on the daily, this blue level here in the daily refers to the monthly imbalance. All these candles are the monthly imbalance that happen within the month, okay? So what happens when price action, when Apple stock reached that imbalance on the monthly, the 7th, 8th, 9th of April 2025, look at the strength and how large these candlesticks are on the daily. This candlestick is about 12%, no, even more. From here to here, it's like 14.5% that happened in a single day, and there were no news. Okay, it was just what is it? What was it? Why was Apple reacting in the 8th of April strongly without any news? Well, there was a very strong imbalance on the monthly time frame, and that was what I'm trying to explain. So here, after that, Apple's been doing well, not too much, but we're expecting Apple to rally much higher, even breaking all-time highs. Although the pre-market, we look at it at 1 hour, the pre-market is dropping like 0.75. That's nothing. Okay, so these imbalances, okay, once these imbalances form, institutions don't wait for tomorrow's news, so they plan their positions, okay, weeks and months ahead, and those footprints are visible on the right chart, as you can see here in the monthly time frame. So these $178 price level in Apple stock indicates a significant drop in supply and a surge in demand large enough to propel Apple stock much higher as it is doing right now. It's been doing during the April, May, June, and July 2025. Okay, so that's our signal, nothing more, nothing less. We don't use indicators, we don't use oscillators, we just need to know where these imbalances are, and this is the bigger time frame. But most traders are looking at the daily time frame and they don't have a clue of why Apple was printing new lows on the daily, new lows, and then suddenly it just reversed. And that doesn't make too much sense without any news ahead. Okay? So it's all about, as I always say, it's all about patience. Okay? See, it's like, let's call it, it's like the trader's superpower. The magic happens when you understand that trading is not about constant action. Most of the time you are idle, doing nothing, sitting on your hands. Okay? It's about patience. We wait for the price, in this case, Apple, to retrace to the original imbalance, okay? This correction, and we let emotion, greed, and the fear missing out play with everyone else's mind. It shouldn't play with our mind. So in the meanwhile, we are waiting like snipers. So Apple returned to the level, 178 demand level, and what happened? Strong bullish reactions. You can see on the monthly, you can see probably also on the weekly. Look at this large candlestick on the weekly, and then it's rallying and it's going to break. This is a supply level that is going to be broken in the following weeks, and we expect an all-time high on Apple anytime. Well, it's gonna take probably 2, 3, 4 months. So what's next on Apple? You can start looking at smaller time frames, probably even the 1 hour time frame. Okay, imbalance is an imbalance of 1 hour time frame, which is playing out. Okay, there's another one here. A price didn't correct down there, so you can use smaller time frames to trade intraday or shorter term by buying Apple shares of Apple stock, or options, short-term options or long-term options like leaps or other or similar. I mean, like months or even 1 2 years, because it's going to take time for this reaction on the monthly time frame at 178, which is lower. Okay, to the big money still stepping in. So the imbalance on the month is holding as expected. As you can see, the 1 hour imbalances are created on the way up, and the reaction is clearly seen. Okay, it's very obvious. Pink candles are usually a reaction to bigger time frame imbalances. They pull liquidity from these imbalances, and this is Apple stock is a clear textbook example. So don't be surprised when you see the headlines screaming like Apple hits new record, all-time high. Well, why? Because it's reacting to these imbalance on the monthly time frame. So a key takeaway here is that trading is not a race, it's just a waiting game. Moreover, when you're using supply and demand imbalances. Okay, so let's see. Price action never lies. Indicators can lag. The news can confuse you, but strong imbalances will guide you if you have the discipline to wait and for them to play out. So hopefully Apple will continue to rally and give us new imbalances on smaller time frames like this one on the 1 hour and that one over there, because even though we are seeing a pre-market on Apple like this, we are expecting this in the following days and weeks. So remember, the price action doesn't move in straight lines. So like this, in order for this demand on the 1 hour to gain control, we need price to drop. So price action moves like this. Okay, but we now have a direction, which is bullish trend with Apple's monthly demand level in control. So if you like this video and want me to record other videos for some stock that you are watching, feel free to like my video and subscribe, and I will listen to your requests. Have a great day.